What up, everybody? Sean Q here. I am so stoked, so excited to welcome you to the very first six-figure launch of boot camp. If you're with me live, go to put hashtag team live. If you're on the rerun, go to put hashtag team rerun. I'm going to make sure all the tech is working on my end. If you are just so excited, go ahead and put hashtag excited in the chat. Now, I cannot wait to share with you this training. It's pretty awesome. Go ahead and smash that heart button, smash the like button, and then let me know, where are you tuning in from as I just share this in one really fun spot. All right, so let me know where you are tuning in from, what kind of work you do. I see hashtag team live, hashtag excited, hashtag team live from Occam. So good to see you, my friend. We have hashtag excited, so good. We have someone who says the mountains of Wrightwood, California. And then someone says, hi, Sean, I'm in Chicago today. Hey, how fun. Somebody says, hashtag so excited. And then I think you meant hashtag excited, but it says hashtag excired. So we're all hashtag excited. From Southern Oregon. So cool. Okay, here's a couple of announcements. If you have a question, go ahead and use hashtag question. Let's practice that right now. Go ahead and put a hashtag question in the chat. That way you can get your fingers ready and you can just get used to asking the question. When you have a question, let me know as soon as you have it. I will come back to the chat and I will answer as many questions as I can at the end. So make sure you put a hashtag question and what your question is. And then if you have a gold nugget, if you're like, oh my gosh, Sean, that was so what I needed today. Sean, that was wild. That's exactly what I needed to hear. That's the exact insight or the exact training I needed. Let me know as well. Go ahead and put hashtag gold nugget in the chat. Go ahead and put hashtag gold nugget. Somebody put that in the chat right now. Hashtag gold nugget just to practice, get your fingers ready. Now, I also want you, if you have your phone, okay, I want you to get your screenshot fingers ready. Okay, because you're going to take some screenshots today. I love creating PowerPoints that actually are helpful. So get ready to have your screenshots taken. So that's pretty awesome. We have hashtag gold nugget coming in. So good. Hashtag question getting practice. We got somebody from Toronto. So good. Okay, cool. So hashtag question, hashtag gold nugget. Now, today is kind of a pop-up training. What that means is I had this idea and I was like, I am sick and tired of seeing coaches and experts do all of this hard work. They're pouring their hearts and their minds, their souls, their blood, their sweat, their tears into landing clients. And they land one or two, right? It's working. And then they have a hard time, right? You are just sucked in to all of the social media strategies that maybe they're working for you, maybe they're not. And you want a system that can be repeated, right? You just want something you can do over and over and over again. I don't want to think about it. I just want to do it over and over and over again. And so I made a decision, I'm going to do this crazy pop-up training. And this was last week. I was like, I'm going to do this training. So we're going to have a little fun. Is that okay? Is it okay if I just share a ton of insights from all of the trainings we've ever done, all the launches we've ever done, so you can actually do it too? Now, at the end, everybody put in the chat right now, hashtag at the end, I have something really exciting to share with you. A little bit of information. This is a 3-day training. So today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, I'll be going live just like this at 12 p.m. Pacific time. 11 a.m. Pacific time. It's 12 p.m. my time. 11 a.m. Pacific time. And it's going to be good. At the end, if you want to hop on this call and your camera ready, and you want me to actually coach you on what your launch should be, what it could look like, how to get people in, all that stuff, I want to invite you in. So if you're like, Sean, yes, I want to be coached. I'm comfortable getting coached. I want your help actually launching. Let me know in the chat. Simply put hashtag launch help in the chat and I'll pull you in. All right, I think I'm ready to get started. Let's do this. I am going to go ahead and share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Give me a hashtag yes, hashtag heck yes. All right, and I see hashtag fun for the win. It's so good. And I see launch help. So good. Let's have some fun. Yes, so good. Okay. Welcome to the Six-Figure Launch Bootcamp Day 1. My name is Sean Q. I'm a high-ticket sales coach and launch strategist. My job is to take all the ick, the sleaze, the non-consensual sales tricks of the past, throw them in the garbage so you can have a lot more fun. Business can be so easy, and landing clients can be oh so simple. I am going to jump in. This week, We got three days of training. Today, we got the $267,000 easy and rapid launch method. Who's ready for that? Let me know. Yes, Sean, I'm so excited for day one. Day two, tomorrow, we're going to talk about getting your first 100 attendees. Imagine doing some type of training or launch where you have 100 people signing up, registering, saying, yes, I want what you have. Give me more information. Would that be helpful for you? Let me know in the chat. If you're excited, go and put a yes. Day two. And then we got day three, final day, which is 7 simple ways to maximize profit in your launch. How many of you, let me know in the chat right now, how many of you have launched before? You have done a launch and you maybe didn't, you hit your goals, right? You like totally killed it. Or maybe you haven't. Let me know in the chat if you haven't hit your goals before. I would love to know, what if you could find 7 profit maximizers, 7 ways to actually make money in a launch? Let me know in the chat. Go ahead and put Ask Sean, hashtag day 3. Now, here's what's really exciting. I am just so grateful to be here in this moment. I remember there was a time in my life where I didn't want to be alive. And so I'm just going to take a deep breath in. Go ahead, take a deep breath in with me. A deep breath out. Because we have air in our lungs, a heart that's beating, and a brain that's working. So I'm so honored to be in front of you today and to be alive right now with you. I also like to have a lot of fun. This is my senior photo. At one point I had 16 hair colors in my hair. Like, it was wild. I was a little bit of a rock star. I was in a band. It was super fun. Hashtag emo Sean. It's okay if we have fun. And then here's a fun picture. If you've heard my wedding story before, you know I need things simple because my wedding cake baker said, Sean, keep this in a cool place. And I put it in the freezer, and not just any freezer, like an industrial freezer. So when it was time to cut the cake, we actually broke the knife trying to cut it because it was frozen solid. We didn't actually serve cake to our attendees at our wedding. So I don't need things just to be easy. I need them to be like silly simple, like crazy simple, wild simple. Let me know in the chat. Can we make it simple for you today? Here, we also have an amazing dog. How many of you are pet people? Let me know in the chat. Do you have a dog? Do you have a cat? Maybe you have a ferret or a snake or something like that? Let me know in the chat. This is Hamilton. He's one of our amazing pets. We love him. And my wife and I, my wife just delivered this beautiful baby girl. Her name is Nyla, and she is amazing, and I'm so in love with her, and I'm so happy to be a dad. This is our first, and she's just so gorgeous. I miss her so much. I'm in the studio right now, as you can see. Mama and baby are okay. They're at home, and she's just so amazing. So Nyla is a hashtag baby Q, and she's amazing. So can I get a heck yes? Let me know in the chat. Give me a hashtag heck yes if you are really good at what you do and get insane results for your clients. This is absolutely mandatory. If you are not good at what you do, but you want to make a lot of money selling something you are bad at, I don't want to work with you. I don't want to help you. I work with people who have integrity, who have honor. Is that okay? Can I work with people who have integrity? Right? You are actually good at what you do. You're getting better every single day. You're learning more and more every single day. And when you work with someone, when somebody says, yes, I want to work with you, I want your course, I want your program, I want your offer, whatever, I want your coaching, I want your consulting, I want it, right? Are you able to actually get them results? Let me know in the chat. Give me a hashtag heck yes. Let me know if you are ready. Give me a hashtag heck yes. If you are ready to take your expertise to the masses, become the go-to expert, and end the frantic search for clients. How helpful would that be for you? Let me know in the chat. Would it be okay if people were like, oh my gosh, whenever I think of coaching or whenever I think of this type of work, I think of you, right? And you're ready to take it to the market. Let me know. Let me know, hashtag heck yes. You are not afraid of massive action. You are willing to do the work, right? That's why you're an entrepreneur. You're willing to work, and you want your efforts to pay off. You don't want to just work, burn out, and then not make any money. You actually want your efforts to pay off. You want to see a bottom line impact. Let me know in the chat. Go to put hashtag heck yes. And then finally, give me a hashtag heck yes. You want a repeatable system. Somebody put that in the chat. Hashtag repeatable system that can help you make $50,000, $100,000, or even $250,000 in a single week. Maybe you're like, Sean, that's kind of unbelievable. I don't know. I haven't even made that money an entire year at my job. Guess what? It is very possible. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Give me hashtag heck yes. I see a lot of comments. Hashtag heck yes, so good. Repeatable system, efficient and effective. I want to do the right work at the right time. So good. I love it. Okay, if you're like, duh, somebody in the chat, go ahead and put duh. Then good news. Congratulations. You are in the right place. Here's why. My team and I have personally conducted over 50 launches in the past 4 years. We have generated anywhere from $10,000 to an extra $267,000 with each launch. Every single time we do some type of launch, we make anywhere on the low end $10,000 to the high end $267,000. And I have personally consulted and coached 7 expert coaches to 6-figure launches. Okay, so you're in the right place. You're getting the right information. Somebody put in the chat, yes, I'm in the right place. Now, here's what's really cool. I've read all of these books. Let me know if you've read any of the books. I've read them all, took notes of them all. I've studied the greatest coaches, experts, entrepreneurs out there: Henry Ford, Steve Jobs, Tony Robbins, Mary Barra, Jane Fraser, Karen Lynch, just a ton of really great people. Do you want to know a secret? Okay, I'm going to come really close to the mic. Here's the mic. I'm going to come really close. Okay, do you want to know a secret? Information without action is almost never a solution and almost always a distraction. I feel like this is one of those ASMR videos. I'm going to do the whole training like this. Here's the truth. True learning doesn't happen in the collection of information, but in the execution of it. So right now, make a decision. Decide that you are ready to commit to a business of abundance, that you are ready to commit to a repeatable system, that you are ready to commit to a 6-figure launch. Let me know in the chat if you are ready to take action, not just take a ton of notes. Taking notes is awesome. Great. Take the notes so you can refer back to them. Write in the chat all the things you're learning. And this week, take action. I'm literally going to help you craft your next launch, build your next launch. So let me know in the chat if you are ready. Go to put hashtag heck yes, Sean, or put hashtag committed in the chat right now. We see hashtag ready to take action. Yes, hashtag gold nugget already. And then somebody says to know and not do is not to know. So good. And somebody says, I'm in the right place. I'm in the right place. So good. So good. Somebody says, I am committed to a business of abundance and action. Yes, so exciting. So exciting. Committed. Great. Okay, 9 challenges you are going to overcome this week if you take action. Are you ready? 9 challenges you will overcome. Number 1, you're always on the hunt for clients. You're always trying to, you're spending so much time just looking, just trying to find them. Let me know in the chat. Is that a challenge for you? You're just tired of wasting time, right? You're tired of spending all this effort trying to find clients, messaging people, commenting, just doing the whole thing. Let me know if you're ready to overcome that challenge. Number 2, you don't know how to attract the attention of your dream clients. Put this in the chat. Marketing is all about attention. It's all about attention. And if you cannot get the attention of the right people, you'll never be able to share why what you're doing will change their life. So if you don't know how to attract the attention of your dream clients, listen in. Okay? Listen in, because this is going to be so good. Number 3, maybe this is a challenge for you. Let me know in the chat. Ready to overcome this. Launches seem too overwhelming or scary. Maybe you're like, oh, there's just so much that goes into a launch. It's just too complicated. It's just too overwhelming. I'm going to burn out. Who here does not want to burn out? Somebody better put heck yes in the chat. Right? If launches seem too overwhelming or scary, I'm going to make it so simple for you. All right, number 4. You've done a launch, but you burned out and you have little to show for it. I cannot tell you how many times I have conversations with people where they're like, Sean, I've done launches, I've done challenges, I've done workshops, I've done webinars, I've done masterclasses, and nothing ever happens. And I just put all this energy, all this effort into it, and I have very little to show for it. Or just takes so much energy to make such a little amount of money. Let me know in the chat. Maybe this is for you. This is the challenge you're ready to overcome. Maybe you're number 5. Let me know, number 5, if this is you. You've had a great launch, but you haven't figured out how to do it again. I have worked with clients who tell me, Sean, I did 80,000 once. I did 50,000. I did 200,000. I did 20,000, whatever your number is. But I haven't figured out how to do it again. I did the same thing, but it's not working. I don't know how to repeat it. Let me know in the chat. Maybe you've had success, but you don't know how to repeat it. Let me know in the chat if that's you. Okay, number 6. You haven't been able to break a profit ceiling. So maybe for you, you do launches, you do challenges, webinars, masterclasses, etc. But for some reason, you can't break the $10,000 mark, $5,000 mark, the $20,000 mark. Like it just hasn't happened where you're able to break that ceiling, that profit ceiling. Okay, number 7. You don't know how to get people to show up for your launch. Let me know in the chat. You don't know how to get people to show up. You're like, yes, Sean, I'm willing to do it. But how do I get people to actually sign up and show up for it? Or maybe they're signing up, but they're not showing up. Ooh, let me know in the chat. Maybe that's you. Okay, number 8. You want to launch, but don't even know where to start, right? You want to do a challenge or a webinar or a masterclass or a summit or some type of launch, but you don't even, like, what's my first step? What do I do? Right? Maybe, how many of you, you're like, Sean, I want to do it. I just don't know where to start. Help me start. And then number 9, you want to launch, but you go back and forth on what to do. I should do a challenge. Here's what's really exciting. This insight was super helpful. As soon as you make a decision to do something, you are going to get resistance on social media. You're going to get resistance on social media. Here's how I know. Let's say I were saying the word challenge over and over again. Challenge, 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 challenge. Right? And I was teaching you how to do a challenge. Guess what you're going to see almost immediately from all of the advertisers out there? They're going to target you, and they're going to start telling you, the first line is going to say, challenges are dead. Or maybe I was saying webinars. I was teaching you how to do webinars. Webinar, webinar, webinar. And then guess what? The advertisers are going to target you because they know you want to do a webinar. And they're going to say, webinars are dead. So you're like, okay, I want to do a challenge, but wait, no, challenges are dead. So I got to do webinars. No, I'm going to do a webinar. And then, nope, webinars are dead now. And so then you go to the next thing, right? Oh, I'm going to do a masterclass. Oh, masterclasses are dead. And you get so confused by all of the messages that are out there, by all the advertisers and marketers telling you everything is supposedly dead, nothing works. And so you don't know which one to do. You're going back and forth. Maybe I should do an intensive. Maybe I should do a workshop. Maybe I should do, you're going back and forth. Let me know in the chat. So I see somebody says hashtag number 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I love it. Somebody says 1, 2, 7, 8, and 9. So good. Which one are you so stoked to overcome this week? Hey, Wisdom, can we all give a shout out to my team? Wisdom is in the back. He's amazing. And Wisdom, can you give me some water? My throat is like dry. Okay. This week, all of that can change. Here's what I require from you. Here's how to change it. Number 1, say this out loud right now. Just put your hand on your heart and say this out loud. I will trust the process. I will trust the process. Even when it's new, scary, or something I've tried before. I will trust the process. Put this in the chat. Put your hand on your heart. Say it out loud. I will make the time. Look, this is just 3 days. 3 days of training. You got the replays. Go watch the replays over and over again. I will make the time because I know distraction will stop me faster than anything else. Put this in the chat. Go and say this out loud. I will stop being the best kept secret. Ooh, that hit somebody. Somebody needed that reminder. It's not your job to be the best kept secret. People need to know what you do. You need to toot your own horn. You got to shine. Right? It's your time to finally shine. Go and let me know in the chat. So good. So good. So let's break this down. Let's kind of jump in. Is that okay? Can we jump in? Okay. What is a launch? Well, let's take a look at Hollywood because Hollywood does this amazingly all the time. I used to live about an hour away from Hollywood, and now we live in Colorado. Hollywood does this all the time. Okay. Here's what they do. It's called the movie method. A team of producers, writers, actors, etc., directors, craftsmen, all costume designers, all these people, they create a movie. Right? They make a movie. Then a marketing team creates a coordinated, campaign to bring that movie to market. They don't make a movie and then the next day announce, hey, it's in theaters. There is a coordinated campaign to get people excited about what they are up to. Okay. I'm curious in the chat, is there a movie right now that you're like, oh, I am so excited to watch that movie? For me, right now, it's the new Wakanda movie. Right? I'm so excited to see how they honor Chadwick Boseman and like just the whole work that they did with Black Panther. I'm so excited about it. Okay? The movie hasn't even come out, and I'm already excited about it. Is there a movie that you're super stoked about? Or maybe, oh, there's a new Ant-Man trailer. You want to know a secret? Okay, here's another secret. I've never watched an Ant-Man movie. For some reason, I just haven't gotten around to it. I've watched all the other movies that are Marvel. My wife's a huge Marvel fan. I've just never watched that movie. There's 2 of them, I think, and there's a 3rd one coming up. Maybe I should watch them. Okay. How many of you are super excited? Creed 3, right? Maybe there's a movie in the past that you were super stoked about. Like you're like, yeah, I got to watch it. I know like Titanic, Avatar, some of these big movies. And they create a coordinated campaign to bring that movie to the market and get you excited. You get excited, you purchase a ticket, and then you make it a fun night out. And guess what happens? The production agency rakes in all the money and starts all over. They hire producers, writers, actors, create a movie. Then they get that movie to a marketing team. Then you get excited, you purchase a ticket, you give them your money. They take that money and they make more movies. This is a cycle. Somebody put this in the chat. Launches are cycles. Launches are cycles. They are repeatable. They happen again and again and again and again. Okay? That's what a launch is. It is a coordinated campaign to bring your offer to the market. A coordinated campaign to bring your offer to the market. I want you to take a moment and take a look at any successful business owner you are inspired by. I guarantee they use some kind of launch at least once a quarter. Right? Take a look at Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, Mario Folio, Michael Hyatt, Pat Flynn, Brooke Castillo, Gabrielle Bernstein, Rich Littman, Russell Brunson, Gary Vee. Every single one of them. Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi just did a launch recently. Gary Vee just did a launch recently, actually. Russell Brunson is in the middle of a launch right now. I think it ends like on Friday or Wednesday or something. Every single successful entrepreneur that you are trying to emulate, that you are inspired by, that you're like, yes, I want what they have. I want to experience the abundance they're experiencing. They use launches. Every single successful entrepreneur masters the launch. Right now, go ahead and make a commitment right now. Put it in the chat. I will master the launch. I will master the launch. I will become masterful. I will have mastery in launches. Let me know that in the chat. I'm going to take a moment to grab some water. I love it. Somebody says, I will master the launch. I will master the launch. So good. I will master the launch. Somebody says, I will master launching. Yes. We will have liftoff. So good. I'm going to change your language a little bit because I said this too. I will master the launch. Can you say this? I am mastering the launch. I am mastering the launch. It's happening right now. I am mastering the launch. This is happening. How would your business shift if you had a repeatable system to generate 6 figures every launch? If you knew every quarter I'm going to make 6 figures, I can guarantee every single quarter I'm going to make 6 figures. Right? There's 4 quarters in the year. That's a minimum. Let's say low end of the 6-figure spectrum, $100,000. That's $400,000 every year if you can master the launch. So good. I am mastering the launch. So good. I'm seeing a ton of those. Now, here's a really important element to recognize. We actually have 7 laws of abundance that I teach my clients. I'm going to only share one with you. We have so many. If you want like the 7 laws, just let me know. DM me and I'll send them to you. Here's one of the laws. This is actually the 7th law in the 7 laws of abundance. Put it in the chat. Abundance for one is abundance for all. In other words, here, I have a cup right here. If I were to pour water in here and not stop, what would happen is this cup would fill, and then it would be inevitable. It would not be able to help itself. It would overflow into my mic, into the computer right in front of me, into my phone, on this table, on top of like my clothes. It would have no choice but to overflow. When you experience abundance for you will create inevitable abundance around you. So I want you to prepare for abundance right now. Ask yourself, who will inevitably benefit when you're successful? For me, I want my kid, baby Nyla, to grow up with a childhood I never had. I want her to be fulfilled. I want her to have I want her to have parenting and parents like I've never had. Right? I love my mama. I love my dad. They're amazing. And I want to get better. Right? I want my wife to be able to live the life she always dreamed of. I want my family to experience abundance. I want my staff to experience abundance. Guess what? When I succeed, it is inevitable that they're successful as well. So I want to know for you, let me know in the chat, when you begin to master this launch, who will inevitably benefit when you're successful? When you experience 6 figures every quarter, who will start to benefit when you're successful? Your success is who else's success. And then also let me know in the chat, how do they benefit? How do they benefit? Baby Nyla, my baby girl, is going to have better schools than I did. Going to grow up in better neighborhoods than I did. She's going to have healthier relationships with her family than I did. She's going to have healthier relationships with friends than I did. And when I'm successful, whether it's with my emotional health, my financial health, my physical health, my relational health, she benefits too. Let me know in the chat. Give me some real names. Who is going to benefit when you master the launch? And then let me know, where will you direct your overflow? It's been an honor and a privilege. Every single time we launch, we donate to some cause, whether it's homelessness, whether it's kids who grow up without ever having Christmas presents or holiday presents, whether it's somebody who's starving right now. Right? Let me know in the chat. Where will you direct your overflow? Because it's not just about the money. It's always about what you're going to do with the money. Catch that. Breakthrough for someone. It's never about the money. It's always about what you do with the money. So good. So good. All right. Take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, breathe in that abundance. And breathe out that scarcity. Breathe out that resistance. Oh, who's ready to launch? And let me know, why is this important to you right now? Why do you got to launch right now? Why do you got to launch right now? Okay. So now that we've prepared you for the launch, and you now know what a launch is, it's a coordinated campaign. It's where every single day you are coordinating, you're intentional about what you're posting, about what email you're sending, about who you're reaching out to, about what audience you're building. It's a coordinated campaign to bring your offer to the market and get people excited about it. Okay, there are 4 steps to launches to this coordinated campaign. Here it is. Go and take a screenshot. Go and take a screenshot right now. Okay, step 1 is that top one. You build an offer. You create something, right? You make a movie. You create an offer. You build a program. Then you host an event and you market the event. You get people excited about the event, not about your offer, about the event. That's a breakthrough for someone. Some of you have been focusing on your offer, so you're asking people to get married when really they just need to attend an event first, right? That's the dating part. You got to date them first with an event. You got to give them something where they realize, oh, you're different than everyone else. So you build the offer, you market the event you're hosting, and you host the event. During the event, you nurture people until you're ready to make an offer. Right? That's step 3. You make the offer. You say, hey, I have an invitation for you. People start saying yes because you're selling them something. You rake in the moolah, right? You make the money. And guess what happens? Then you do some research and you say, what else can I offer? How can I grow this? How can I scale this? How can I make this amazing? You build another offer. You do another event. you make the offer, you rake in the moolah. This is the cycle, the business model for a launch-based business. Here's what's really cool. When you host an event and you market the event, you build an audience. There's a built-in audience when you do an event. And guess what? Some of those people are going to be ready for your offer. Some of them won't. And that's okay too, because guess what? Everybody who attended your event is now primed to buy from you. So let's say you want to do evergreen stuff. You have courses, you have mini classes, you have trainings. Guess what happens? You can sell them those other things that are evergreen. Maybe you have a membership. Okay, so you build an offer, you host an event, you make an offer, you rake in the moolah. Every single one of these circles, there are techniques to make them better. And every single time I'm looking at somebody's launch, I do launch audits. I'm auditing their launch. I'm looking at, how was your offer? Was it positioned well? Was it named well? Was it priced well? Was it packaged well? Did it communicate all the information people needed? All right, well, what about your event? Was your event fun? Did people enjoy it? Did people show up? How was the nurture sequence? Was there email sequences? Right? When you made the offer, were you confident with it? Or were you like fidgety, nervous? Like, did you even make an offer? I can't tell you how many times people get really nervous about making an offer, so they don't. They do all this effort to host an event, and then they don't ever make an offer. So how was your offer? How'd you position it? Right? And then did you sell well? Did you have we call profit week? Did you profit well? Every single time I look at somebody who has launched, I'm auditing these 4 areas, or these 8 areas, right? What was the areas as well? So go ahead and take a screenshot. Let me know if you took that screenshot. Somebody said, I did this in my most recent workshop. I didn't do it terribly well. I wasn't sure what I was doing, but it worked. If I do it again knowledgeably and sustainably, it will work even better. So good. Okay. Hope you took a screenshot. If not, just come back to the replay. So let's break each of these sections down. Okay, we're going to do the first 2 today. Tomorrow, we're going to get into the third one. Here, let me go back here. So today, we're going to talk about the offer and the event. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about getting people to attend the offer and making the offer, or attending the event, making the offer. And then the final day on Wednesday, we're going to talk about how to maximize your profit. Okay, so we're going to break this down today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. Let's talk about building the offer. Okay, building the offer. You always start with the offer. Somebody put that in the chat. If you are trying to do a challenge or a masterclass or a webinar or a workshop or a summit, but you don't know what you're selling on the other side of that, you are setting yourself up to not maximize profit. So always start with the offer. Now, maybe you're like, Sean, I don't got an offer. We're not going to talk too much about this because we're about launches today. We're not talking about offers. But let me just kind of break it down for you real quick on how to build an offer real fast. Okay? Decide on the skill set you're bringing to the market. Maybe you're like, I'm an abundance coach, or I'm a trauma coach, or I'm a launch consultant, or I'm a copywriter. Right? This is the skill set you're bringing to the market. Then what you want to do is you want to document the before and after transformation. When people work with you, before they work with you, what do they have? They got problems. What problems? What specific challenges are they facing? Before they work with you, how are they feeling? Right? What are the emotions they're commonly experiencing? Before working with you, what does their day-to-day look like? What are some of the habits they find themselves in? Okay, what about after? After working with you, what do they have? Right? What strategies, what insights, what results? How do they feel after working with you? And maybe they're excited and not overwhelmed anymore. Maybe they feel proud of their work now and not insecure. What are their day-to-day routines like after working with you? How does their day-to-day life change after working with you? So decide on your skill set. Somebody put skill set in the chat. Focus on the transformation, document the transformation. Then you want to boil it down to 5 individual words. Okay, I'll give you an example. This becomes your framework. So with us, my framework when I'm coaching people one-on-one is vision, mindset, skill set, vision, mindset, skill set. Wait a minute. Vision, strategy, mindset, skill set, energy. I knew there was one I was missing. Vision, strategy, mindset, skill set, energy. Those are the 5 words I focus on when I'm life coaching someone. What is your vision? What do you want? What's your strategy? How are you going to get there? What is your mindset? Who do you have to be in order to experience that result? How do you have to change? Skill set. What tools do you need to acquire to make it happen? And energy, if you experience success now, could you handle it? Or would you burn out? Do you have the boundaries set up? All right, so you want to boil down what you do into 5 words. That's an example. Then you want to decide on your format and your duration. What I mean by this, is it one-on-one? Right, your format. Is it one-on-one? Is it group coaching? Is it an intensive? Is this offer that you're selling at the other end a retreat? Like, what is the format and how long? Right, it's a one-on-one for 6 months. It's a group coaching for 3 weeks, etc. On pricing, just use a happy price. What are you happy selling it at? Right, figure out what your happy price is. The lowest amount you're willing to sell it for before you start getting unhappy or resentful. Okay, if you're just getting started, just use a happy price. And then finally, outline a basic curriculum or a process. Now, I actually sell a 30-minute video on this. It's $97. It's literally called How to Build an Offer, high ticket offer in 30 minutes. If I'm not selling it right now, but if you want it, let me know. Send me a message or say, yes, Sean, I want to build an offer. I need to just get this offer done. Okay. This is what you're going to go through. I walk you through the entire process. Okay, take a screenshot of this. This is the fastest way to build an offer. This is all you need to build an offer. Once you build the offer, here, let me go back because I said screenshot it and then I clicked away. Okay, go ahead and take a screenshot. Give you 20 seconds. Is this good or what? Let me know in the chat. Like, oh my gosh, yes, Sean, this is so good. Okay. All right, 3, 2, 1. If you didn't get a screenshot, just watch the replay. So once you build the offer, you also have to package the offer. Those are 2 different things, 2 different tasks. Okay? Packaging an offer, you just need a few things. You need a name for the offer. You can't call it gold package. You need a time frame, right? How long are you going to work with a person? Your format. You need to describe who your dream client is in like 2 to 3 words, some very simple. And you need to know what the results are. Okay? I'm going to give you a couple of examples. You should be able to put this into a sentence. I'm going to give you a couple of examples of offers we've built that you'll be able to understand, okay, what we mean by this, by packaging the offer into 1 or 2 sentences. Okay? Here's an example. I just mentioned this, right? The offer accelerator. It's how to build an offer in 30 minutes. The offer accelerator, that's the name, is a 30-minute, that's the time frame, video training, that's the format for the expert coach, that's the dream client who is ready to turn their skill set into a source of income, land a high-ticket dream client, and have a scalable and profitable coaching program. That's the results. Okay, notice I have all those things in 1 sentence. This is $97. If you want this, just let me know. The School of Abundance. Guess what? Good news. We are actually opening up a certification school so you can become a certified abundance coach. I'm super excited about it. It's happening next year. Won't share too much information about that. The School of Abundance, that's the name, is a 9-month, that's the time frame, certification, that's the format for the new and growing coach, that's who the dream client is, who is ready to get certified, professionally coach, and expand their skill sets to get greater results with their clients. Okay, here's another one. Clients with Purpose, name, is a 12-month time frame, mastermind format for the expert coach, a dream client, who's ready to consistently land high-paying clients, grow their profit margins, create transformational work. All right, here's the last one. The Launch Accelerator, name, is a 6-month, one-on-one consulting program for the successful coach who is ready to scale their 10K launch to 6 figures, create a repeatable system for generating revenue, and become the go-to expert in their industry. Okay, you should have 1 sentence that describes all the information somebody needs when buying from you. That will package your program really fast, really simple. This is part of your homework. So create this and post it in the group. Okay, let me know. Does this make sense? Let me know. If you have a question about this, let me know in the chat. Is this so good? Let me know in the chat. All right. Somebody says, we had a launch and we got 2 clients. Hey, that's amazing. It's not what you hoped for, so you obviously wanted more. Awesome. Somebody said, this is so great. This integrates different parts of your training for me and doing a laser focus for my upcoming launch. Yes. Somebody says, so good. Somebody also says, I want that certification. Somebody also says, so go foo. I meant good. And then I want that abundance certification. So good. So good. Okay. So your homework. So write this sentence down. Have a offer that you're going to sell at the other side. You want to know what you're selling because everything stems or starts with the offer. Everything in your events, your challenge, your webinar, your workshop, your intensive, your summit should be based on leading people to buy your program. Catch that. It should be leading people to buy your program. Your training in your launch should be leading people to buy the program. It should all lead to the program, to the offer, to what you're selling. Otherwise, you're going to get all this attention. Then you're going to make an offer that doesn't match the event. So you start with the offer, and then you figure out, okay, what event do I need to have to get the right people excited about this offer? Does that make sense? I have this offer. What event do I need to host to get people excited about this offer? Okay. Somebody says hashtag golden nugget. So good. Somebody had a great question, which is, does the result transformation have to be number-based? It can be. It's preferable, but it doesn't have to be. Right? The more specific you can be, the better. I would say even if it's like intangible, like you're going to feel more confident, what percentage of confidence? Right? Is there a multiplied effect of the confidence they're experiencing? 2x, 3x, 10x. Right? Maybe there's not like it's intangible. So put a percentage or a multiplication to it, but it does not have to be that either. Just increase confidence, right? Okay. So let me know. Does this make sense? Let me know in the chat. Yes, Sean, this makes sense. Okay, you start with the offer, then you figure out the event that gets people excited about the offer. Oh my gosh, we have 17 minutes. Let me go through this real fast. Okay, now here's 8 major disasters that I see when people do launches. 8 major disasters that stop them from experiencing success or 6 figures. Number 1, poor timing. I remember that I did a launch during Father's Day weekend. No one's paying attention and nobody's spending money on Father's Day weekend because all the attention is on fathers. All the money is going towards the Father's Day gift. Right? So poor timing. You want to look at your calendar and ask yourself, okay, does this make sense with the calendar, with where people's attention are at? Here's a little tip. If you want people to start something new, the beginning of the year is the best. If you want people to keep going and improve, the middle and late end of the year is best. Why? People's mindset to starting a new workout routine, starting a new diet or food lifestyle, starting a new job, starting a new career, starting new happens in the beginning of the year because the year is new, so there's already a mindset there. Okay. If you want to help people improve, right? Maybe you're a copywriter, you want to improve their stuff. They've already been working on it. They're probably frustrated it hasn't achieved something. That frustration will lead them to buy your thing. Typically late summer or late winter. Okay, so poor timing. There's a lot of other things that go into timing. I don't have a lot of time, though. Under promoting. If you have an event and you don't promote it, nobody's going to know it exists. It's like having a birthday party and sending no invites out, or having a wedding and sending no invites out. Okay, so under promoting, you're not giving yourself enough time to promote. I can't tell you how many times I see people, they give themselves a week to promote their event. A week. I'm going to give you the exact time frame that you should be doing it, but under promoting. Number 3, aiming for perfection. Right now in the chat, say this: excellence over perfection. Excellence over perfection. Excellence over perfection. Here's why. Excellence is a standard that can change. Right? What's excellent for me today is not going to be what's excellent for me next year because I'm going to be better. As long as I'm excellent for who I am today, as long as you are excellent for who you are today, that's all that matters. So excellence over perfection. Perfection is impossible. And here's a little secret about perfection. It actually repels people because you're not relatable. It says, I'm not relatable. Don't try to relate with me. I'm perfect. People relate most in their flaws and their imperfections. So Aim for excellence, not perfection. Overwhelming yourself with the tech, right? Oh my gosh, I have to do the streaming. I have to get Zoom. I have to get like this funnel. I have to make it so complicated. I have to get this email list, like all these things. Stop overwhelming yourself with the tech. Make it super simple. Investing loads of money into your first launch. If you're doing your launch for the first time, I do not recommend Facebook ads. I do not advertise paid ads at all. Do it organically. Get yourself ready. Test it. Prepare. Do it over and over and over. Remember, I did a webinar. I did it 8 weeks. The first 3 weeks, I didn't do any ads, just organic. And then when we started doing ads, I felt really good because it was my 4th time doing it. So people showed up and I felt on my game. And so I don't recommend investing loads of money in your first launch because then you're spending money to test rather than spending money to scale. Catch that. You're spending money to test rather than spending money to scale. Great questions coming in. Comparing yourself to others' launches successes. I cannot tell you how many times, and this is something, listen, I struggle with this too, up until now, right? I've looked at other people like, man, how does Tony Robbins get 1 million people to sign up? And you start comparing yourself, and you start thinking, man, I only got 100. I only got 10. I only got 5. Start comparing yourself, and comparison will destroy your joy faster than anything else. The next one is doing your launch once and then moving on to something else. I'm going to do a challenge, but then I'm going to do a webinar the next month, and then I'm going to do an intensive the next month, and I'm going to do this the next month. Listen, we have done our challenge. We have a challenge called the One Client Away Challenge. How many of you have taken that challenge? Let me know in the chat. How many of you have taken it more than once? Why? Because we do it over and 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 over. Again, it's a repeatable system. And the final thing, not giving yourself enough time and waiting to the last minute. Not giving yourself enough time and waiting for the last minute. Okay. Somebody says 7+ times they've taken our challenge. I love it. So good. So here's what I want you to do. Okay. Step number 1, when it comes to hosting your event, to getting your event together, create a launch schedule. If this is your first time doing a launch with a first time new business, give yourself 6 to 8 weeks to launch. Okay, give yourself 6 to 8 weeks to launch. Maybe you're like, that's a long time. You're gonna be so thankful. Right? The first 3 weeks is all about creating assets. So it's creating the content. It's coming up with the stuff. Right? Creating assets. Just getting yourself familiar with stuff. The next 2 weeks is promoting your event. 2 to 3 weeks is promoting your event. And then the final week is hosting your event. It's actually doing the event. Okay? So this is a 6-week. If you're giving yourself 8 weeks, you're promoting your event for 4 weeks. You're just giving yourself more promotion time. Now, once you have a system, right, we have a launch. We have a challenge that we do all the time. It only takes us about 2 weeks to get everything figured out for it. It doesn't take us 8 weeks anymore. It took me like 3-4 months to do the first one. Now it takes me 2 weeks. Honestly, it takes us a day to get it all figured out. But then we do testing and all that stuff. Okay. And then step 2 is choose your launch event. Okay. What kind of event do you want to do? Let me talk about this. Webinars, workshops, masterclasses, challenges, summits, conferences, retreats. Let me just share this real quick. They all work. All of them work. They all work. Your job is to find what brings you joy and find what will bring your dream clients joy. Find what brings you joy and find what brings your dream clients joy. Does taking challenges bring them joy? Does showing up and doing a 4-hour intensive bring them joy? Does showing up for a 90-minute webinar, just getting the framework and being able to see it and then move past it, bring them joy? What brings you joy and what brings them joy? So just choose one. Okay, choose one right now. Choose one. You can change your mind. You always have permission to change your mind, but choose one. What are you going to do next? What are you going to do this month? Next month. It's October 24th. Let's say early next month. What are you going to do next month? You're going to webinar, workshop, masterclass, challenge, summit, conference, retreat? What are you going to do? Maybe an intensive? Now, here's a little bit of information on each of these. Webinars. This is where you're training people on your framework mostly. Workshops. This is where you're helping people do work on your framework. You're actually doing work. That's why it's a workshop. A masterclass is where you're speaking on a very specific thing, right? You're a master at this skill set and you're bringing it. So a very specific part of your framework. Challenges You're trying to get people a result before they invest in you. A summit, you're trying to position yourself as a thought leader. Conferences are like summits, but they're in person. Let's see. Hey, can you see me? Can you hear me? Let me know in the chat if you can see me and hear me with our internet. So let me know in the chat if you can see me and hear me. Or if you can, let me know in the chat. And then, yay, you see me. So I'm gonna go for my phone until this thing on the internet works for us. And let me see if I can. This is gonna be so fun. Okay. Oh, so you're saying we have internet issues, but that's okay. We have fun. Up the PowerPoint over here, and I'm just gonna do it on my phone. All right, where were we? Okay, so let me see if I can rotate. Let's see if this makes sense. Woohoo! Okay, webinars, summits, workshops, masterclass, etc. What you want to do is you just want to choose. Let me go ahead and choose one of these. This is so fun. So let me know in the chat, what are you choosing right now? Choose just one and do it again and again and again. You want to do it at least 3 times. Anything else, even if your first 2 flop, catch that. Even if you want to do it again and again and again. Okay, and I think let's if it is, it'll be so much easier. Okay, either way. So once you've decided what you want to do, this is all your events goes without a hitch. Okay, step 3. Create your launch content. Here's what you need to cover. To introduce yourself. How are you going to position yourself? Here's a little secret. Here's a little secret. Of your event is the most powerful and persuasive moment of your event. Determine whether or not somebody is going to buy from you. The success of the rest of your event. Okay. So you want to create your launch content. How are you going to introduce yourself? That's framework, strategy, and tactics. I'll cover that in a second. Then you want to have case studies, then commitments, and then offers. I'm going to break this down real quick. What we call this in our mastermind is we call our having fun with the tech. We never call it tech challenges or tech frustrations. We're having tech. All right. Hope you took a screenshot. Now, this is super, super important to recognize. Silence assumptions. Okay. You ever hear about mindset or belief systems or anything like that? Assumptions about how the world works, about what's possible for them. In your event, focus on your offer. Do not spend 60 minutes selling your offer. Belief in your offer. Did you catch that? So do not focus on your offer. Instead, focus on the belief in your offer. If people do not believe that what you're selling is possible for them, so your training, your launch, your event, your masterclass, your challenge, everything should be on believing it's possible. Everything is in assumptions. Your emails, your social media posts, your guest podcast, if you're doing guest podcasts to get sales copy, your offer, everything is rooted in these silent assumptions. So here are conclusions that your attendees should come to by the end of conclusions your attendees should come to. I can do this. Maybe you're teaching high ticket. By the end, that high ticket, they can sell at high ticket. Maybe you're teaching trauma. They should believe I can do this work. Okay, I can do this. A silent assumption they should have by the end. This is easy with the right. This is not hard. This is not difficult. This is actually easy when you have the right help. Number 3, conclusions they should come to by the end of these results are possible for me. Wow, they did it, so can I. So can I. Number 4, this is the right, or I should be focusing on high ticket right now. I should be focused on launches right now. I should be focused on healing my copyright. I should be focused on building a funnel. Right? This is a silent assumption they should have by the next one. I am ready to experience these results. I am ready to experience these results, and what I should. Right? I'm ready to experience these results right now. And the last one is I understand to use. Strategies I need to use. Okay, let's see. This is working now. All right. Oh. Let me see if I can figure this out. Can you hear me? Check 1, 2. Can you hear me now? Woohoo! Tech fun is so fun. Okay, so let me know if you can hear me, and if this is working. Okay, yeah, so good, so good. Okay, so we talked about this. We talked about, let's see, step 2, we covered this. Yeah, so good, tech fun. Choosing your event, and then step 3, creating your launch content. I talked about this, the intro, the FSC, which is framework, strategy, tactics, case studies, commitments, and offer. We'll cover this in just a second. We're going to go a little late today because of the tech fun. Silent assumptions. What I was saying was silent assumptions will drive everything in your event. You do not want to focus on your offer. You want to focus on the belief in your offer. Do not believe that it's possible for them. They will not buy from you. Everything is rooted in these silent assumptions. Your emails, your social media posts, your guest podcasts, your sales copy, your offer, everything. Okay, conclusions that your attendees should come to. After you're done with your masterclass, your webinar, your training, etc., they should believe these things about what you're selling. I can do this. If you're selling high ticket, right? High ticket sales coaching, they should believe I can sell high ticket. If you're selling launches, they should believe I can do a launch. If you're selling trauma healing, they should believe I can heal my trauma. I can have copy that converts. I can do this. Another conclusion or silent assumption they should have is this is easy with the right help. This isn't difficult. I can actually do this. And it's easy when I get the right help. Number 3, these results are possible for me. These results are possible for me. These results are possible for me. Okay, I can, if they can do it, so can I. If they can do it, so can I. Let me know in the chat. Can you hear me? Can you hear me still? Number 4, this is the best solution for me. This is the best solution for me and the right solution. I should be selling high ticket. I should be building funnels. I should be writing copy. I should be, whatever it is you're doing, they should believe it's the right thing for them to do. It's the right step. You should make it very clear in your launch. Okay, next conclusion. I am ready to experience these results now. Now, this is the right time for these results. I am ready to experience this. I can handle these results. The last one is I understand the strategies I need to. Your attendees should be able to understand what the steps are. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Okay? So, these are the silent assumptions. Let me come back in. That you should be focusing on in your content. You should answer in your training, in your launch event. Okay? Are you seeing how maybe your last launch, you didn't really focus on these? You really didn't like hone in on making sure people believed it was possible. You focused on too much on your offer, or too much on your story, or too much on your program, or too much on the logistics of your training. In your event, you don't sell your offer. You actually sell belief in your offer. Catch that. Somebody put that in the chat right now. Belief in the offer. Belief in the offer. Okay, then your content. Your content. Let's say you're doing a 5-day challenge. You can have this each day is 1 day. Let's say you're doing a 3-day challenge. You can combine these. Let's say you're doing a 90-minute webinar. You can include all of these in just 90 minutes. Okay? Your intro should be answering these questions. Why me? So why you? Right? Why are you the right person? Right? Why me? Why you? Why the attendee? Why are they the right person? Why this? Right? Why is this the right training? And why now? Why is right now the best time for it? When you're introducing yourself, when you're doing an introduction into what you're doing, you should be helping people answer why you as an expert, why them as a client, why this process, and why right now. Then framework, strategies, and tactics. You want to give a bird's eye view. Then you want to dive a little deeper. Then you want to dive even deeper. Okay, framework, strategy, tactic. This is the actual training or the meat of your event. Then case studies. Has this worked before? Has this worked for you? Has this worked for other clients you work with? Has this worked for other people? Maybe they've done the same process, maybe not working with you, but they've done the same thing. Okay, commitment. This is where we talk about beliefs and those assumptions, as well as energy. What's required in order to get results? And then the offer. This is the packaging and next steps. You're actually selling it. Go and take a screenshot of this. You want to make sure you answer these and you have all of these things covered in your launch. Okay? Let me know if you've taken the screenshot. I'm kind of going a little fast because of our tech fund today. The final part of the offer is forward movement. Okay. 99% of success. Somebody put it in the chat. 99% of success can be boiled down to consistently doing the obvious thing for an uncommonly long period of time without convincing yourself you're wasting your time. Catch that. So key. 99% of success can be boiled down to consistently doing the obvious thing. Do it again and again and again and again. You're doing your webinar, do it again. Then do it again, and then do it again. A challenge, do it again and again and again. Don't stop yourself and convince yourself you're wasting your time. Do it again and get better and better and better every single time. So here's your homework. Take action. Okay, if you don't already have an offer, build one. If you need to build your offer, let me know. I'll send you that training. It's $97. And then go live and answer this. Go live in this group. Answer it. How would a 6-figure launch support your goals? You already answered it in this chat. I want to hear it from you. Make it real for yourself. How would a 6-figure launch support your goals? Now, you want to move forward. You actually want to build your launch and do all this cool stuff. Here's what I want you to do. Okay, select a launch date. If you've already done a launch before and this is another, you're doing it again, 2 to 3 weeks. This is the first time you're doing it, 6 to 8 weeks from now, and put the date in the Facebook group. Say, I don't know how, but on December 7th, that's my birthday. On December 7th, I'm going to do this webinar. On the week of December 2nd, I'm going to do this challenge. Make it real. Select a date. Choose your launch event. Webinar, challenge, summit, just choose it. Then write a basic outline of your launch content. What are you going to cover? What beliefs do you need to cover? Right? How are you going to introduce yourself? Why are you the best expert for them to work with you? Why are they the best client for you? Right? What is your framework, your strategies, your tactics, your case studies? Who are you going to show off? Your commitments, your offers. Okay? If you want to accelerate your success, here's what's really exciting. By Friday, I'm going to be selecting 3 individuals to privately coach and consult. We will do 3 launches together with our goal to generate $250,000 for you. Here's the good part, cool part. You won't pay a dime for coaching or consulting with me. What? Yeah, let me know in the chat. Instead, we'll do a revenue sharing agreement. In other words, I don't make any money until you do. By the end of our work together, you will have a new or scaled launch system. So if you already have a launch, then we'll improve it. If you've never done a launch, then we'll start it and scale it. That you can use over and over again, even after our 3 launches together. So you and I will do 3 launches. We'll do revenue share. After that, you have full ownership of it. This is perfect if you're an expert coach with a proven profitable offer who is ready to put in at least 10 hours a week. And if you're willing to put 10 hours a week, it's good. We're going to do work. Right? We're going to get into action. Okay? If you have a proven profitable offer who's ready to put in at least 10 hours a week, what that means is you've sold it before. Do you want to apply? Let me know in the chat. If somebody in the chat can put this link www.heyshawnq.com/launch app. That's a launch application. Okay. www.heyshawnq.com/launch app for the launch application. Fill out the application. I'm going to go through it. If you qualify, we'll hop on a call. I'll ask some more questions. See if you really qualify, if it's a good fit for us, and then we will explore that. Okay. Most of my clients make at least an additional $50K in their first launch when we do this type of work. Okay. And it only grows from there. So our first one is about 50K. Then our second one is about 100, 150. Then our third one is about 200, 250. Okay. If you want access to our entire launch catalog, templates, methods, training, etc., and private coaching with me on Zoom each week for 6 months, we do 3 launches in 6 months. Sometimes we do it sooner. Sometimes it's a little later. Then this is perfect for you. You want to apply? Go to heyshawnq.com/launch app. I'm only looking for 3 clients. I only have space for 3 clients right now. I currently have a client right now. They did their first one. I think they did $67,000 in their first one with me. They did a boot camp challenge, and they're freaking amazing. We're doing our next one coming up soon. It's pretty awesome. So I'm just looking for 3 more. This week, today, we covered the 267 easy and rapid launch method. I showed you the 4 steps, went through all the major reasons why you fail, and showed you 3 things to do. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about how to get people to actually show up and attend. And then Wednesday, we're going to talk about the 7 simple ways to maximize profit in your launch. Let me know in the chat, which one are you most excited about? Do you have any questions? Okay, was that good training or what? Was that like, I was just so stoked about this, so excited. Pretty awesome. Okay, so if you have questions, go ahead and put hashtag team question. If you have a gold nugget, I want to know, what was your biggest takeaway? What was your gold nugget? Maybe your gold nugget was even with tech fun, you can keep going. Let me know in the chat what your questions are. And then because my internet kind of went crazy, I don't have all the comments. So I'm going to have to go to the Facebook group, the actual thing, and then like look up the comments so that I can get all the questions. How do I get all the questions? Okay, if you asked a question, I don't have access to it anymore because of the internet thingy. So just let me know in the chat if you have a question. All right, Karen says, hashtag heck yes, this is awesome. Chris says the launch system is sustainable, measurable, and repeatable. Yes. Here's what's really cool. When you do a launch, the first one is always the most difficult. Just, it feels more difficult. It's actually not difficult at all. It just feels more difficult because it's the first time you're doing it. It's like riding a bike. You're kind of like, your legs are shaking. You're like, oh my gosh, the tricycle wheels are off. I don't know. It feels difficult, even though you know how to ride a bike. You've been doing it with the tricycle forever. You're just a little nervous, right? And so what's super, super, super important is to recognize with the right help, hey, I'm going to hold the handlebar with you. We're going to make this happen. So the second one becomes a lot easier. The third one becomes even easier. The fourth one becomes the easiest. It's pretty amazing. So good. Sabrina says, awesome. Okay. Paige says, can you repeat the question we should answer in our live post? Yes, I can absolutely do that. So, how would a 6-figure launch support your goals? How would a 6-figure launch support your goals? How would a 6-figure launch support your goals? Go live. Let me know. Jamie says, I've had plenty of events and didn't really consider them true launches like what you're discussing. I'm so ready. Yes, so good. Justin says, let's do this. Let's do it. Let's see. Sabrina says, focus on the beliefs, not the offer. Okay, listen, I cannot just emphasize this enough. I can't. Okay, listen. Our brain is amazing. I have been doing a ton of neurobiological study on just how the brain is wired, how it's designed. It's a crazy good. And what I've discovered is that in your brain, there are parts of your brain, the hypothalamus, the hippocampus, the amygdala. There are parts of your brain that retain memory from us on a subconscious level. You're not fully aware of it, the subconscious level. Hey, Wisdom, we don't have to worry about that. On a subconscious level, and it impacts your behavior. You're not fully conscious of it, but there are things happening in your brain that are influencing and determining your behaviors, what you believe is possible, what you choose to do. So your job in your event is to help people shift the belief, because if you shift the belief, you shift the behavior. So key. Okay, Akam asks a great question. Is it worth it to do a practice launch so you can fine tune for New Year launch? I would say just do a real launch. You can call it, like, personally, you can say it's a practice launch to yourself, but I wouldn't like launch it as like, hey, this is my practice launch. Just do a full launch, right? Call it a full launch. Just go in like, I'm launching. And guess what? You can make it super simple, super easy. So simple, so easy. You don't have to have all the tag. You don't have to have all the crazy stuff. Just make it super simple, super easy. Okay, so do a real launch. So good. Brian says, shift the belief, shift the behavior. So good. I was going to pull some people in to actually do some coaching. So we're going to test that right now. I have about 10 minutes. I'm going to test that. Does anyone want to actually like talk about their specific launch? Let me know in the chat. Oops, I hit the mic. Let me know in the chat. Anybody actually want to process like the training today? I'm willing to pull you in. You just got to be camera ready. Let me know, and then I'll privately send you the link. Paige says, I would love to reshape my previous launch by these standards and relaunch. Ooh, yeah. So good. Identifying, here's something that's really, really important. And we do this at like a really high advanced level in what's called neuromarketing, is identifying all of the beliefs from being a complete stranger to you to being a passionate buyer from you. What are all those beliefs between that? And it's called the tree of beliefs. The tree of beliefs. I learned this from my coach, Molly. Tree of beliefs. What are all the beliefs leading to people being passionate buyers from you? And cover that. All right. So, Justin, I just sent you the link. Go ahead and click that link, and I think you'll be able to hop in. And let's see if we can do some work together. All right. Let's see if it works with Brian. Let's see. I will be your huckleberry. I wish I knew what that meant. Phew. Let's see. All right. I'm going to give him about 10, 20 seconds. Hey, he's here. Okay. Oh, let's see. Oh, where'd he go? Your camera's off. But I don't see you. I see you're on. Oh, there you are. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can I hear you? Can you say
I
something? Hey, there you are.
Here I am. There you are.
Okay. Is there an echo?
Here? Yes. Let me mute the. There you go. I had to mute
Can you
the
hear
Facebook slide.
Is there still an echo?
No.
Okay.
Good.
Great. So let me just start off. What was your biggest takeaway today?
Well, I'm thinking back to when you and I and Danielle worked on this for Legendary Marriage a couple years ago, and just give yourself the grace to let it take time, because it really is, to me, there's so many threads, there's so much complexity to it. It's not like if somebody else tells you, oh, just do a quick launch, they're crazy, lying, delusional, or something. Like, you're not going to do this in a day or a week.
So good. So good. And so here's what's really exciting also is like having this, I call it long-termism, having this long-term perspective of, I'm in this. I'm going to do this launch over and over and over. I remember I did a webinar. I did it 8 times every single week for 8 weeks. First 3 times, nobody showed up. The 3rd time, somebody showed up. The 4th time, more people started showing up. And I was prepared because I had already done it 3 times. Fifth time, more people showed up. It was the fifth time that we started actually making money from it. I think the first time we did it, we made money. It was about $3,000. So cool, extra $3,000.
Yeah.
Right. So do it again and again and again and again. So tell us a little bit about your launch and how I can best help you today in like 5 minutes.
Okay. So Podfabulous is a coaching production agency for experts and coaches who want to create or grow a podcast in order to build their business, right? So it's different from somebody who just wants to have a podcast. So what we do is try to coach on all the skills, the strategies, the systems to make it possible and sustainable and successful. And then we have editing, production services, even dedicated producers. We have design, social media, like a full service production agency at your command. So that's the offer. The what's the word I'm looking for? The event.
The launch event? Yeah.
The launch event is, I think it's gonna be like, I could do a number of things, a challenge or the masterclass kind of a thing. And I almost lean more toward the masterclass.
Yeah.
I almost lean more toward the masterclass.
So here's what's really exciting. With the masterclass, you want to focus on some very specific things they can do in that masterclass that you're teaching them. For example, a masterclass on how to interview podcast guests to do X, Y, and Z, or a masterclass on how to title or leverage SEO for your podcast to get wide viewers. The reason why you want to be hyper focused is because it's going to attract people who are already invested in doing it, right? So if they're looking to like SEO the heck out of their podcast, they probably already have a podcast and they want to grow it, scale it. If they want to get really good at interviewing guests, they likely have a podcast or they want to start a podcast. So they're already invested, like emotionally invested in it. So if you're doing a masterclass, focus in on like, and then some beliefs around that are they have to believe that podcasting is what is their thing, right? They're in it for the long term. I'm going to be a podcast. Like podcasting is my thing. It's not live streaming. It's not, live radio. It's podcasting, right?
So I was thinking topically, the thing where I keep finding and talking with people as I did market research and even working with some coaches is like actually integrating the podcast with the business. Like they aren't doing CTAs well. They aren't, it doesn't make sense. It's like I do a podcast and I have a coaching practice and I do this and I do this.
Yeah.
So I just don't know if, I'm not sure language wise, like.
So I wonder if you did like a 90.
Or?
Yeah. And everybody listening, let us know in the chat what your thoughts are. I love the collaboration of this community as well. What if you did a 90-minute masterclass on how to leverage podcasts to land, to sell more of your course, or like how to sell more of your course using a podcast, or how to land more clients using a podcast.
Yeah.
In this masterclass, you're going to learn how to have an effective, strong, persuasive CTA at the end of every single podcast that's evergreen, right? How to position your offer so it doesn't feel sleazy, right? What language to use. And then what do you need on the back end so that it's a smooth transition from podcast to program?
Yeah. The actual like funnel or process. Yeah.
I love it. So good. Okay. We have Carly here. We don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to bring in Carly. Justin, you're more than welcome to stick on. Hi, Carly.
Hi, how are you?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Awesome. Hi, how are you?
How are you? Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about how we can help you today. Okay,
Yeah,
before we
so
actually do
this
that, what was your biggest gold nugget today?
okay, my biggest goal nugget was a lot. I would have to say the whole framework of creating your launch, like having the
Oh,
S.
strategy framework or framework strategy tactic. Yeah.
Yeah, and really just I didn't realize the difference of like masterclass, webinar, workshop. So I think I've been calling things masterclass and not really understanding the the definitions of it. So I think that was also very helpful. But everything honestly was golden nuggets.
I love it. So good. How can I help you today?
Yeah, so this boot camp came at the perfect time because I'm actually kind of in launch mode, but I just am doing everything wrong. Like you said, my offer was created after creating my launch event, which is it's a masterclass. Now I think it's more of like a webinar thinking about it. But the title of it is called 3 Mistakes You're Making that is keeping you from having a healthy relationship with food. I'm a dietitian and nutrition coach. So my audience is typically women who are trying to improve their relationship with food while reaching their health goals, and just overall, just not being so overwhelmed with the thought of food and being able to just live freely with having fun with food in their lives. My offer that I have created and plan to pitch at the end is a 12-week live. Sorry for the barking. I don't have my headphones on. But it is a 12-week live group coaching. It would be every other week with group coaching, and then every other week a recording sent out. So they have 2 weeks to watch the recording, and then every other week for coming together to discuss and digest everything that was provided in the group coaching. In the course.
Yeah, so here's just a couple of insights that are coming up, and then I don't know if you have like a specific question, but the first one is the name of your event. Here's what is super key, and I'll just add this, is 3 mistakes you're making automatically create a sense of guilt or shame. People already know they're making mistakes. I already know I shouldn't be eating Taco Bell every single night. I know those are the mistakes I'm making. Instead of the mistakes they're making and and it's probably unintentional. Like you didn't intend to create that, so it's totally unintentional. I would focus more on the promise of what they're going to get by the end. For example, we have a challenge that we call the 1 client away challenge. Reason why we call it the 1 client away challenge is because they're going to get 1 client by the end of this challenge.
Okay.
Right? That's the promise we're making.
Pretty sure I've done that challenge with you.
I love it. Yeah. So awesome. So for you, what are they going to get after this, right? How to lose 10 pounds without killing yourself over a diet, right? What are they going to get from, instead of moving away from mistakes, what are they going towards? Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing that kind of pops up. The other thing is, you mentioned you made the offer after making the event. That's awesome. Hey, you made an offer, you made an event. Good. That's awesome. What I would encourage you to do is shift language to already prepare people for what you're about to offer them. What I mean by that is, how are you we're talking about traffic tomorrow, but how are you getting people to attend this event?
Mostly through social media. I was on my stories yesterday. Also my email list too, and my Facebook.
Okay, cool. Okay, so you're going through this 12 weeks. What I would start using, like for an email or for some social media posts, I would start saying, when I work with my clients over 12 weeks, it's pretty incredible because they get these results. What if you can get these results in just 90 minutes? Right? And that's your event. You're marketing your event, but you're kind of priming people for a 12-week experience. Right?
Love it.
Or I just finished 12 weeks with so-and-so and they experienced this. I'm going to be showing you exactly how to do that in this 90-minute thing.
Okay.
Right. So you want to prime them for the event or for the offer before the event even happens.
Okay. I kind of would say another golden nugget is to redo this launch because I'm getting this information today. So I plan in 3 weeks to kind of redo it. So thank you so
Good.
much.
So good. So I would highly recommend show up tomorrow. It's going to help a lot with traffic and like how to get people to sign up and show up. So we'll be talking about that tomorrow, and that's definitely going to be super helpful.
Okay. Thank you, Sean.
I love it. So good. Wishes to you, Carly.
Thank you.
All right. So was this helpful or what? Let me know in the chat. This was a pop-up training. So we had some tech fun today. We had just regular fun. We made some jokes. We talked about the launch. We just went through the whole process. If you have other questions that I didn't get a chance to answer because they didn't show up on my thing because of the internet thingy, let me know. Go live. Go live. Let me know. How will mastering a launch help you? Make sure you go to heyseanq.com / let me put it in the chat again. Launch app. Oops. Do that HTTPS. Oh no, it works. Okay. Click on that link. Go ahead and apply. You'll be able to apply. I'm going to take a look at all those who have applied, and I'll reach out and let you know. I'm looking for 3 people. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about some really fun stuff, and I will see you guys tomorrow at the same time, 11 a.m. Pacific time. Thank you so much. It's been an honor coaching you. My name is Sean Q. I'm a high-ticket sales coach and a launch consultant. My job is to take all the ick, the sleaze, the non-consensual sales tricks of the past, throw them in the garbage so you can have more fun. Business can be so easy, and landing clients can be so simple. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.